on Broadway. She's an author. She's a wife. She's a mother. She's an incredible soul singer. Y'all know that.
Yes.
Anytime she hits the stage, her shoes, if they're on when she gets on the stage, they're not staying on. That's what I know. And now she's set to star in the new movie version of The Color Purple. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Fantasia. We gotta give everybody a second. Look, everybody's standing up. They're getting their video, their picture.
Oh yeah, let me put my church band down for now. Hurry up, y'all, because I'm sweating.
Oh, it's ladies in here. We understand. Girl, we understand.
Girl, I got about 12 of those at the house.
I know, right?
Church band.
You gotta have a different one to match every
To match your outfits.
Yes, yes. So Fantasia. Hey girl, hey.
Hey girl, hey.
What's new?
Ooh.
So like, you're like, where do I start, Karen?
God is good
All the time.
all the time. And there's a lot of great things, a lot of doors opening for me. I was just telling her, I love you too, Queen. I was just telling the young man in the back, because everywhere I go, I'm home really. I'm from High Point right down the street. I still live in North Carolina. Keeps me humble. But he was just talking to me like we had met. And he was like, you remember you were here last time? It's been a while. I said, I remember. Because I believe his name was Bishop Bloomer. You can YouTube what I'm about to tell you. I had met him long ago before I went through everything that I went through. He had spoken to my life and told me I was about to go through some things. He said, but if you hang on in there, your ending is gonna look way better than your beginning. But watch this. Y'all already know we don't like that. Cause we be like, come on God, just give me the memo. And it had already started happening when he had said it to me. It's on YouTube. And I cried out. I remember I just cried out loud because I was 19 when I won. I didn't know nothing about nothing. I just knew how to sing. And I thought that everybody that said they loved me. But it's called the industry. And so when he said that, I broke. But I saw him here. And this is when I started almost getting to the top of that mountain. And I remember running up to him and I said, oh my God, look at me now. You said, he said, I know. He grabbed me by my hand, he said, I know. So that was the last time I was here when the chains was beginning to break off my life.
Look at God. Yes, that's the kind of man Bishop is. He really is. He was speaking to your life and so, and yay. And we are proud of you. Can we just say that? We are so proud of you, Fantasia.
And I just want to say before we get started with the questions, I read your book with your husband, and there's a part in the beginning where he's talking about how when he met you, and he's like, oh, that's not Fantasia. And he talked about how beautiful you are in person. And oh my gosh, like I've seen Fantasia on TV 11 times. Girl, you are gorgeous.
Thank you, girl.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, he thought he was getting catfish. It kind of hurt my feelings. I was like, what are you trying to say, brother? But yeah, I get that a lot, but thank you. I feel like I'm like a bottle of wine. I'm getting better with time.
Well, look, I have been in gospel music for a long time. Everybody, I'm Melissa Wade in the Water. I have to say this before I ask you my first question. I remember seeing a CD way back in the day of this family. And sitting on the stool at the very end was this young lady. I said, that is Fantasia. So you started off singing with your family back in the day, and look at you now. We're so, so proud.
A church girl at heart.
Yes, you are.
My grandmother said I was going to be a tatted up preacher. I don't know about the preaching part. I'm still running. I'm running for my life.
Yes.
I believe that the stage and singing is my ministry.
It is. To mention stage, let's talk about The Color Purple. The experience of filming The Color Purple, how did you relate to the character in your role, Celie, and what did it mean to you?
So I gotta be honest with y'all, when they called me to play Celie again, I said no. But I also talked about, I feel like I can't see you. Let me scoot over.
Put me in a weird spot.
Come on over here. Come on, close to me. I said no because after I did it on Broadway, it was very hard. I feel like I am Celie. When I did it on Broadway, my life was in shambles, just like hers was. Only it was a different time for her, so it was much harder back in the day. But I felt like we related so much that I didn't know how to come out of the role, and I didn't like it. So at nighttime, I would call my mom, and that was my first time doing Broadway. I didn't know nothing about nothing, so when they threw me in, I stepped into her shoes and I did not know how to come out. When we were done, I ended up with a tumor on my vocal cords. I put my all into that role, and I said I'd never do it again. So Scott Sanders, shout out to Scott Sanders, Oprah, our director Blitz, they call me over and over and says, listen, you are our Celie, you have to do it. You know, you're happy now, you know, you're moved on, but you are Celie. I prayed about it and I talked to my husband. And he says, you have to go and do this for every young black girl who's going through some certain things. And so I did it. Now, playing it this time was different. Ask me why.
How so?
Because I'm not in that place anymore, so now I can look at it different. I could look at it different. I was like, oh my God, look at our ancestors, the women who came before us, the things that they went through. And really, Celie was the wise one. She held it all together. Mr. would have never made it as far as he did, neither would you. So in the end, she kept being told she was ugly, she was stupid, she was this, she was that. But in the end, if you look at it, she really was the one she was the glue to everybody, right? She was never broken. So I went in it, I put my all into it. I have some amazing cast members. Nervous because I was working with Taraji, Coleman, and Danielle Brooks, Corey, Hallie. I'm like, oh my God, why am I here? But they all surrounded me and loved on me, and it was like a big family. Yeah, it's gonna be really good.
You're there because God ordained you to be
Don't
there.
start
You're there
now.
Don't get me started.
You start.
Don't get me
Have
started.
to come up here and get on the drums. I will give you a shout.
Hello? And I will take my shoes off and shout with you. Do you hear me?
I can't take mine off. Thank God. I'll sit here and shout in this chair. And shout out to everybody that quotes The Color Purple on the regular. I'm one of those people. It's like one of my favorite movies of all time. Every day, there is something that happens every day where I have to pull out a Color Purple quote. Every day.
You can use it every day.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So we're excited to see you in this movie.
Thank you.
Now, A-Dub, we haven't left you out down there, have we?
No, I wanted to say, you said how good Fantasia looks. Let me just say, she smells so amazing. I'm like,
Now y'all are just pumping my head all the way up.
Yes. But I'm also kind of fangirling because I grew up like when American Idol was like starting. So like right when after you got off the show and you won the show, or We'll talk about it later. Okay. Yeah, you should have. But anyway, after that, I stopped watching it. I was like, you're from, North Carolina. Like, so I'm fangirling up here. So I'm just excited to have. I'm sitting beside Fantasia. Like, what?
You gotta hold it together. We always have to hold it together.
But you spoke in your book, No Crowns in the Castle, about breaking generational curses. Do you feel like you've broken curses in your family, and what was the key to doing that exactly?
Yes, I do. Actually, I felt like the first curse was when they announced that I won. I don't know if y'all remember this, but you can Google it. Everything started breaking off of me. Y'all don't remember that? My necklace, my bracelet, and my shoe, the heel. And they asked, I'm so country, I was like, how do you feel? I was like, I broke my shoe. My grandmother was still around in that time, and my grandmother was the kind of person that seen God in everything. We live in such a busy world. Everything's going, that you miss God sometimes. When I got off stage, my grandmother looked at me and said, Fantasia, you just broke the chains. I'm still young, right? So I'm like, okay, Grandma, okay. But if I tell you, my grandmother had her first child at 17. My mother had her first child at 17. Then was my cousin, 17. Me, 17. My grandmother didn't finish school. My mother didn't finish school. I can keep going down the line. So many things, it was just trickling down. So I went idle, I go back to school, I'm in school again. Favor ain't fair. Everything that they said I couldn't do, I'm doing. And also the women who came before me, they did not get to do. So I'm breaking those chains. For my two girls, for every young girl I run into, breaking chains off of my family, and it feels really good.
There's nothing stop the favor of God.
Yes.
So, as I mentioned, I read your book. I just got married back in September. Thank you. And we are a blended family.
Okay.
I have an 11-year-old, and he came in with a 12-year-old and a 10-year-old. And you talked a lot about blended families and tips for blended families. What are some of the things that have worked for you all in your blended family? I love the analogy you made. I love the analogy you made to the whole Quincy Jones overseeing all the egos, all the attitudes when they were doing We Are the World.
Yeah.
And how it's kind of like that.
Yeah, so
Take my time. Take your time.
It's gonna be hard, it's gonna be tough. Because all of those kids feel like they want all of your attention. Somebody else has come in, so now they find every excuse in the world to put on an attitude and say it's because of him or it's because of her, right? I have a 21-year-old, he has a 27. We have 2 grandkids with our 27. I have an 11 and now a 1-year-old. I don't know what the world. I'm not sure what we were thinking. But she's here, she's great, we love her. And they feel like they become selfish. And they forget the fact that mommy and daddy needs love too. We have a life. So, woo, she going through it. You going through it? You want to pray about it? Come on up here. But I had to get to a place and my husband where we carve out the time for them. Learn how to speak to each one of them because they're all different. And end it with, but this is what it's going to be. Mommy loves him and he loves mommy. Also, I remember one time I was having some problems with my oldest girl and I told my husband, you should go and tell her, he said, no. I have to build, she has to, like, my respect. I'm not her father. I can't go in telling her what to do, but what I can do is be a listening ear. So now the kids will go to him before they will come to me. But it took time. Cause see, they know I'm I'm not playing. But I had to look at it like how I look at music, and I have worked with a lot of people on stage. Some say I'm a powerhouse. All right, you put me on stage with another powerhouse.
If we both going, something ain't gonna end up right.
Somebody has to learn how to come up under and let the other one lead. So I look at my blended family like that. Okay, Zion wants her solo today, let her have it. Dallas got his solo today, let him have it. But in the end, if there's any teaching moments that we need to give them, we do it in love. And now we're sitting pretty, we good now. But it took us a long time to get there.
And exactly how many years was that?
Yeah, you wanna call me?
Yeah, girl,
You
we
can
talk.
talk about it.
Okay.
Woo, I love it, I love it. Take your time, just take your time. Now, Fantasia, we have heard you sing so many different songs, other people's songs, and you just kill it every time, okay? I'm just gonna tell you, you just do your thing, you put your own spin on it. But recently, Miss Patti LaBelle talked to Jennifer Hudson on her show. She happened to mention you and Lettucey, possibly playing her in a biopic. What does it mean to you to even be considered by Miss Patti LaBelle herself to play her in that biopic? She also mentioned what I just mentioned about taking off the shoes and that you do that as well.
Ooh, that would be good. That would be good. Am I nervous? Yeah. She's a legend. And I gotta say, y'all, she's one of the legends that I've met that's still humble. Every time I honor her, I end it with, thank you for being so humble. Because I have met some that have not been so humble. Yeah, but Patti, humble, sweet, loving, ready to cook for you. And if I do get that honor, either me or Lettucey, because I love me some Lettucey. She's a bad mamma jamma too. Good God Almighty. So, whoever, if it is me, I would want to spend a lot of time with her because I would want to pay it. I would want to give it. I would want to serve it. I would want to make her happy. So, if that's what God has for me, I'll walk through the door.
If they ask you, you promise you won't say no 3 times?
No, I promise. See,
Okay.
that was different.
Okay, all right. I'm just making sure.
That was I had already told her a long time ago I asked her to do it again, but I did it. I went back.
I just want to know. So you are a soul singer, and of course we know that when you did Idol, you sang all the genres, and you've performed operatic music with Andrea Bocelli. Would you ever consider recording something different from what we're accustomed to? Would you give us an Ella Fitzgerald type album
yes.
or something different?
All day long. I was able to do my second Broadway show, which was nothing but jazz. And Wynton Marsalis produced all the music on that one. So I was able to fall in love with jazz music. So yeah, all day long I would. I do it sometimes on stage now. I will hit it in a minute. I love music. I'm a music baby. So, I got to do a little, all right.
You know you said it, Fantasia. You just started something good.
Think about it. Summertime is jazzy. It's jazzy. And we do it different ways. Summertime. And the living is easy. Oh, fish are jumping. And the cotton is high. Your daddy. I ain't playing with y'all.
And your mama good looking.
You can't tease us like that, girl. You can't tease us like that. All that talent. She just giving us a little sprinkles.
Don't start me up.
Like we about to get you started. We are.
to the end. Hush, little baby. I'm just saying. We love you, Fantasia.
But speaking about the talent and music, clearly, a lot of people in the music industry, they deal with like want to be signed to a label, they want a label to push them, and some people want to stay independent and do it their own way and things like that. So how does it feel to release your music independently and be in control of your gift? You don't have nobody telling you what to do, you really have all the control. So why that, and how'd you go about that, and how does it feel to be doing that?
Why that? Because it's all your money. It belongs to you. I'll never forget, Prince went so hard to own his masters. First of all, he worked so hard to give us amazing music, so why should somebody else get it? Right? The music industry.
I'm trying to figure out my words.
Will prostitute the gift. Okay? Sit back at home, collect all the money while you're out doing show after show after show. You're away from your kids, putting your all into it, and you come home and you have nothing. I will never ever forget. I was on the road, y'all, for so long. I came home to order a pizza. Did I talk about this
It's in the book. Yes, it's in the book.
And couldn't even order a pizza. Now, come on. I remember calling everybody, and all of a sudden, everybody had amnesia. Nobody knew what was going on. I'm thinking, no. But this person said, see, there is not a lot of love in the industry. I had to grow up and realize that this is a business. So when I walk in the room, let's handle business. We can eat after. We can be nice to each other. But the love word is tossed around too much. Love me and run me my money. So I decided, run me my money. So I decided, and I had to pray about it, y'all. Because they wouldn't let me go from the label. And normally when they don't let you go, they let you sit. Meaning you can't go anywhere else. You're not really doing shows. You're not making any money. But see, my father, I'm talking real talk. I'm not just trying to say this stuff to hype nobody up. I went to God about it. And I would never forget, me and my husband, we just prayed. I went on a fast. I was like, Lord, they gotta release me because I have a family to take care of. And I got a call, and they said they were releasing me. Now, for some people, that would be sad. For me, I was glad. And that's when I came up with Rock Soul. Now, everything you see is all me, baby.
Yes.
All me. And it feels good. If I'm tired, that's all right. I'm bringing the money home. All me, and it feels good. I felt like a slave to the music. Then you don't love it anymore. It wasn't what it used to be. So now Rock Soul, my husband and I, we run it, and we run it well. We treat people like they're supposed to be treated.
That is so wonderful. Thank you so much. I wish that we could sit here and talk to you for an hour, because I got 51 questions from that book that I want to ask you. You all need to check the book out. If you haven't read it, definitely get the book. And I think she'll learn you something in that book, y'all. You're going to learn a thing or two. Thank you, Fantasia.
Thank you,
Fantasia.
God bless you.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And for having such a good spirit and such good energy. Because I know that that's a lot to go through, and to still be a good, humble person after that is amazing.
Well, you know, ain't nobody gonna break. What's the name of the book? No crowns in the castle. I'm gonna tell you why we said that. Because when I get home off the stage, and when my husband get done working, we mommy, daddy, husband, and wife. I go home, I cook, I clean, I play the music, and I make sure I take good care of him.
Ladies, give it up for Miss Fantasia.
ready for the absolute wonderful concert that's coming up next, y'all. Thank you all so very much for hanging out with us for Women's Empowerment.
She said, can I sit over there and watch? I was like, ma'am, you are Fantasia. You can do whatever you want to do.
And I told her, no, there's rules to everything.